probably going to have to make adjustments to that, but this is a good start for it. So I'm going to grab this and let's go down this edge right here. So boop, boop. And let's get all of these guys. Hold shift, right click, extrude. Pull this in. Vertex mode. Move tool. Pull this over. Pull this over. Pull this over. Get this more centered. And pull this up just a tad bit. Just like this. Now, what's really nice that I've done this and set myself up, I can go ahead and grab all of this. And I'm looking at the reference, I'm looking at the real world reference images that I have. And in the real world reference image that I have, I can see that this kind of rounds down and over, like rounds down like this. So what I'm going to do inside of my perspective view is I'm going to look in here in perspective and get all that stuff right there, and I'm just going to pull this down. Yep, there we go. That's happening. That's real. Let's pull this stuff down. So this comes down a little bit. Let's unselect that guy. Keep pulling this down a little bit. So that's down. And pull these down a little bit. And pull these down a little bit more. So what I should end up with, pretty much, I should pretty much end up with a nice, if I hit 3 and look at this smooth, yeah, that looks pretty nice right there. I'm liking that. Liking it, liking it, liking it. Oh yeah. Let's come back to this piece back here. Let's put a proxy on it too. Hit 3 on the keyboard. And let's see. Yeah. Let's turn off our reference for a second. It's matching pretty well. We can make some final adjustments here. And I'm just moving in one axis at a time. Remember that. When I'm inside of perspective, you can make some movements. Just make sure you're not going crazy and moving a whole bunch of pieces at once, and then everything starts going askew. That's not what you want out of it. So let's pull this down. Let's probably grab this guy right here and pull him down. Yeah, that looks good. Let's pull this. There we go. Yep. Pull this down a little bit. And just remember, we talked about this. These pieces are not meant to fit together, right on top of each other. There should be gaps in there because the real vehicle has gaps in between the body panels. It's not supposed to be this hard, piece of geometry like that. So let's look at this again from my side view. I'm going to go back in here and let's turn off our smooth proxy. And I can kind of see where these guys are meeting up. I'm just going to turn on both of them and grab it. Kind of pull this up so it's more like that. I think that looks a little bit better. We talk about, we use this stuff as much as we can to make sure things are lining up, and then when we have to, we make adjustments that we need to make. And I'm going to make this adjustment and pull this back to here. And when I do that, I'm going to grab this and pull this back. This will help me make all this adjustment work going up my model. And this is where it's going to get a little tight, because I'm going to grab this right here and pull it up. I'm pulling it up to where the wheel weld is, to that little flare, little fender piece that flares up, because I'm going to go in here and go to edge mode, hold shift, get the other edge, and I'm going to say extrude edge, and let's pull it just like this, and go back to vertex mode, grab this vertice, get my move tool, move this guy down, and move this guy down, so now they're both down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to edge mode, edge here, hold shift, get this edge. Let's go to my mesh tools and go to the crease tool and turn that crease up. So middle mouse and drag to the right to turn that crease up. That crease should be completely creased. Should be crease-tastic. Let's go make some adjustments to these guys so that this is not so weird and wonky. Get some. There we go. Oh yeah. And from my top view up here, this looks pretty doggone spot on. I'm liking how this is looking. And what's nice about this is now I've got these edges. I've got everything going the way that I want it to go. I'm going to grab these edges right here. Oops. Let's get these edges here too. So let's hold shift to get those edges. And I'm going to say extrude. And let's scale. Not scale, but let's just grab this rather. So this is going to go like right about here. Yeah, somewhere like that. I can click on this circle and go into rotation mode, which is really nice. I'm going to go into scale mode really quick, and I'm going to scale this to scale it flat. And then I'm going to get my rotate tool to rotate it to the angle that I want it to be. Let me do something similar right here. I'm going to take this and scale this to be almost flat, so that way I have a center line. And what's nice is because I'm already matching this, you can see it's matching it as I go down, and it's making this very clean, kind of continual line. I'm going to scale this. And the scaling thing is just, something I've picked up over time of modeling. You can scale pieces, clean up the line work, and you can see this is going to make for actually a cleaner look when I'm done. That looks good. And let's go back to edge mode. And I don't want to get all those edges. You can always select over stuff and then hold the control key and then select over what you don't want, and then you'll have just your selection left. So that's really nice. So I'm going to extrude. And it's come to like right about here. Now you'll notice I'm not trying to cut the headlights in. I'm just going to make this piece go all the way over, and then I'll make adjustments to it later on with what needs to happen. So let's go to the move tool. And remember, these two guys right here are part of this fender right here. They're part of that fender piece. Let's pull this way. Let's pull this a little bit more like this. So you can see this is kind of flowing over. Pull this out. And I can make moves with edges and move two of these at once. I'm just kind of getting this. Just want to be able to have this where I can line this up and it look relatively curvy. Because I want the curves. I need the curves. Because this is a very organic looking vehicle. If it were more hard lined, more straight laced and kind of hard edged, I'd want super straight lines, and that's one reason why I picked this particular vehicle, because it gives you the chance to to tackle two different types of geometry. While we are doing hard surface geometry, we do have some pieces of our model that are actually very curvilinear, which, gives us practice on some kind of organic forms, honestly. So keep that in mind as you are doing this. So I'm going to go back in here to edge mode and grab this stuff here. That's all grabbed. I like it. And let's go back and extrude it. And like I say, you'll realize that I'm not taking into account the headlights. I'm not taking into account this part of the hood right here. I'm just getting this big curvy piece. I'm just getting this kind of side piece that's going to come and wrap around the front and around here. So I'm not really trying to get all this hood pieces, because I'm going to do those separately and do them a little bit later. So let's go in here. Let's go to vertex mode and go get vertice. Let's move. Alright, so that's kind of in there. This right here, these two, are going to come back, because you got to remember they still belong to that kind of side, that very flat side piece that we had, that we will have on our wheel well on the silver version of this vehicle that we saw. We want to keep that, because we're going to tighten that up in a little bit. So we're going to keep that, and let's pull these out where this is supposed to go. Pull this in, something like that. So I can still see I've got my edge mode. Coming here to edge mode, holding shift down, hold down shift, right click, extrude the edges. And for the first time, I'm going to go ahead and do this in the normal direction. And you can see what happens. Like, when you pull it in the normal direction, it doesn't really want to, because the normals for this one go this way, this one goes this way. That's why you don't want to do, you want to really do it towards viewport. And even though you have to make more adjustments when you do it towards viewport, in the end, it's actually worth it. Get vertex mode, grab these guys, get my move tool, and let's pull this right about here. Look at my top view. Make sure those are in line where they should be. They look good. This goes here. And as this is going, this is going to keep moving this way. Just like that. Oh yeah. Let's pull this down a little bit. Spread these polygons out. So this right here, we're going to kind of pull it up a little bit, because I don't think down here this would go down this far. So I'm going to kind of pull this up a little bit. And the nice thing about this is that this edge right here, I'm planning to take this edge and wrap it around the front. So this edge right here will get wrapped around the front, and this one here will continue to go down. And as this wraps around, it'll have more geometry to be able to pull it down. So I'm going to grab this guy here, and also this guy, and we're going to extrude these and start wrapping this around right about here. And let's make sure we've got things going on the way they should be. I think they are. This is why it's really important to have those real life reference images of this vehicle, so that we can tell where things are and aren't supposed to be. And I think this is right. Let's look at our perspective view on this guy. And I think, oh yeah, we're good. We are good. Because this will wrap down and around. So look at this in 3. Let's look at this in the smooth 3. We can see we have that really smooth looking face that we were talking about. I'll go back in here to edge mode. And let's get that whole edge again. And I'm going to come in here and go to my edit, to my mesh tools rather, get my crease tool and crease it. There we go. It is creased. It is completely creased. Nice, tight. Matches that completely. This keeps coming down. This looks really good. And if I look at my actual piece here, this looks very much like that piece that we're modeling. So I am very, very happy with what this looks like. And if we look at our the one that we chose to do, which is the silver one, we can see that this is looking a lot like that. And I'm very, very happy with this result that we have for this piece right here. Nice, smooth, tight curve. Alright. And I could make adjustments to this. And I might actually make some other adjustments, but you can see overall this looks like my vehicle. And I can tell, like, right back here, maybe I'd want to come in here and make some adjustments to where these guys are sitting at, like maybe pull them out, pull these out some. Maybe grab this stuff right here and pull this a little bit this way and pull it up or pull it down or something to kind of round out my form a little bit more. But overall, I'm very happy with how this form has come out. Has come out. So in the next video, we will deal with the actual hood area. We're going to deal with this hood and getting these, just getting the rest of the hood finished. And in the video after that, we're going to deal with how we can start the tires. And the wheels and all those really great things. And I'm going to show you how to do that stuff with some nerve modeling. And we're going to finish the rest of the body pretty much. We have most of the body built. We've got the back, this back side quarter panel. We got the back where the glass goes. We got to get the trunk because this is actually the trunk area. Looks like this would be a window, but this is not. This is actually the trunk, and the window is right here. So we're looking at the trunk, and we need to get this back. The back bumper needs to be put into this, and after that we'll have most of the body, and we can start moving on to some of the detailing stuff. And this is where, you know, from the very beginning when we started this project, I was like, do not worry about all of the little doodads and all the icing on the cake. You need to get a cake first, and by getting the forms in here, we have our cake, and now we can start to, you know, add in some other pieces. So awesome, 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 awesome. And I will see you guys in the next video.